What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Football Chatbox. My name is Ryan, and welcome to the Game Week 13 team selection stream. Hope you are all doing well. Nick, how are you doing? Going triple Crystal Palace defense called me crazy, but I'm backing them against United big time. Given the way Manchester United played, one, I wished I didn't get up at that time in the morning to watch a game that was just so bad. That was one regret. The second regret was my FPL team at the moment in terms of the way it looks. So obviously we're going to be looking into that. 37. It's another red arrow week. I've had 4 red arrows now, and 2 of those game weeks I've been below the average score, which is even more disappointing. I haven't actually, I've had 40, 40, 37. Oh, I need a positive week this week. So we're going to start. Obviously, I'm not playing the free hit chip, but a lot of you will be playing the free hit chip this week, and we'll have a look at some free hit and wildcard discussions as well. But I will be playing the triple captaincy on Erling Haaland this week. That is the plan. And I need to make a goalkeeper change as well because I do not love Petrovic. I just don't love double Bournemouth double up. I don't think I've gotten a single. I might have gotten one clean sheet, which was the Leeds game. Since okay, did I get it in the Forest game? I probably got it in the Forest game as well. Since owning Petrovic and Senesi. Yeah, I got the Forest game and I didn't get the Leeds fixture. Leeds, they didn't keep a clean sheet. So I've only had one clean sheet in 6 games, man. One clean sheet in 6 games from Bournemouth defense has been annoying, especially when everyone else has that, like Bruggen, Sanchez, and David Raya, and they've been keeping clean sheets. And my goalkeeper has just been getting 1-pointers. So definitely making a goalkeeper change. And I want to discuss with you guys in terms of which kind of goalkeepers to look at. And then obviously Shepard as well. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Semenyo replacement. Yes, that's another question as well. Now, I'm going to wait and see what the status is with Semenyo for this week. Because Sunderland, I still don't mind the fixtures. Now, if he's out for this week as well, then I think it kind of has to go. Definitely. But I'm going to wait and see if he's definitely out or not. Because the fixtures are still not too bad overall, right? The question is he going to be out or not this week? So that is something. Apparently he was sick or something. I don't know. That's what we heard, but we'll have to wait and see. So my moves this week, I have 2 free transfers, obviously because I rolled last week. So moves this week include a Gabriel replacement. The first choice option right now is Nico O'Reilly from Manchester City, and a goalkeeper replacement. Petrovic. To the candidates that I have selected at the moment, potentially a Nick Pope from Newcastle, Verbruggen from Brighton. Those are the main 2 candidates at this moment, unless anyone else here has keeper recommendations. Nikwan, welcome. Hope you're doing well. So I went and looked at the fixture ticker. This is on Fantasy Football Scout members area. The next 10 game weeks, if we sort this by difficulty, Newcastle are top for the next 10 game weeks, right? Now, out of that, they have Chelsea, Burnley, Spurs, Crystal Palace, Leeds as the home fixtures. The away ones are obviously this week against Everton, Sunderland, United, Burnley again. They play Burnley twice actually, and Wolves as well. Like if you look at Newcastle's fixtures overall, I should see some clean sheets, hopefully. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think Newcastle will keep a few more extra clean sheets in this schedule from game week 13 to game week 22? Because I don't mind going and buying Nick Pope if that is going to be the case for a goalkeeper. The next teams are obviously Liverpool. I don't trust Liverpool's defense at the moment personally. Even though Alisson is back, I just don't trust it. And it's also more expensive than Nick Pope. Donnarumma is the other one as well. He's also a bit more expensive than Nick Pope, but Man City defense. If I'm getting Nico O'Reilly, I don't see the reason to go for Donnarumma. So I don't see the reason to double up on City defense at the moment. Man United defense, I just don't trust at all. Actually, United as a team, I don't trust fully because as you've seen from the Everton game today, yesterday night, they are the most unreliable and most inconsistent team you can find at the moment. Brentford is obviously there. Kelleher could be a very interesting punt. The only thing is Brentford's they got Arsenal and Spurs in the next 3 as well, right? So I want some a bit more immediate gains as well, if possible. That's why I'm thinking Pope. So Pope is up there as one of my options. I did consider Verbruggen as well, but Pope just has the better fixtures. So let me know what you guys think in terms of a goalkeeper. Freddie, I said welcome. Or Mara, welcome as well. How was your FPL week? Mine wasn't great. I'm 173. Oh, mine was a horrible. I just got 37 points, man. 37 points. Below the average score. It was that bad. Where am I in my own league? I'm 149. It's not looking good. So it's pretty bad. Another red arrow. We're at 2 million now. So ideally this week with the triple captaincy, hopefully things will look a bit more positive. We're going to have Karan, who's had a great week. 68 points for Karan. We're having him on the podcast tomorrow. Anderson, Munoz, Keane. Oh my days. He's been killing it with Michael Keane, to be honest. Absolutely balling with Michael Keane. He's got Enzo as well. What a wow. Wow. Damn. Insane. So, I mean, Karan is killing it. He's doing pretty well so far. Double Palace defense as well. So we're going to be talking with him tomorrow on the podcast as well. Caleb, welcome. 59 points. Omar sold Drewsbury Hall. Ooh, unlucky. Tiger, welcome. How are you doing? Freddie got 34. Oof. Tiger had an amazing bench boost. He had Eze on his bench boost. Omar is also 37. Oh, you guys are all in the same boat as me. Welcome. All right, let's load Omar's team and then Tiger's team as well. 173, you say? So, yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think about goalkeepers. I think Nick Pope, potentially. Like, I was looking at defense as well. For the so far in the season, the defense, Arsenal the best defense, followed by City and Newcastle. Newcastle up there in terms of defensive data. Like the data is pretty good. So I'm wondering whether it's worth just going for Nick Pope. Now, obviously they've conceded 15 goals, but it's not too bad overall, the data. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments in terms of that as well. I'm interested to know everyone's opinions. Free hit team on X. Yes, send over. If you guys are on free hits, wildcards, anything, send it over and definitely open it up. So Omar's team up here. Let me get Tiger's team, which is this one. And then Freddy is on the free hit draft. Freddy has two options. Potentially a triple captaincy or a free hit. Freddy, have you decided between triple captaincy and free hit? So this is Freddy's. Oh, Twitter has changed its way of viewing pictures again. Now it goes back into the middle for messages. Oh well, okay, good. I'm running Martinez for my free hit this week. That's also not too bad. For free hit, Martinez is not too bad. It's just that for me, if I'm looking for a longer term goalkeeper, I can't get Martinez because like they've got Brighton, Arsenal after that as well, and they have Chelsea, Arsenal, United. They play Arsenal twice in the next like 10 game weeks, so not that great. All right, so we'll start with Owamara. Verbruggen, well played. Roden, Van de Ven, unfortunate. Julian Timber, how did Mark you? Oh, I got the assist. Okay. In 14 minutes, Gil managed to get an assist as well. Roden, Timber, Mbeumo, Salah, Enzo, Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro. Oh, you have triple United attack. Oh, I would probably downgrade one of the United attackers. Krupi and Haaland. What's the plan, Owamara? What is the plan? Shepard says team is 79136. I will load that up as well. Where are you in the mini league? So that's Shepard's team. Shepard, you need to join the mini league. I'll send you the mini league code. For those of you who want the mini league code, I should get you guys into the mini league as well. I have bench boost and wildcard. When is the best time to use it for my team? I remember there's AFCON free transfers. Well, this week is a very popular wildcard week. I can tell you that now itself. A lot of people are looking at wildcard this week. So if you want, you can still play it this week, the wildcard. I mean, because if you do play a wildcard, there's a lot of changes that could be made to this team. So you can play a wildcard this week. That's one. I did Shrewsbury to Casemiro on one free transfer. Oh, why would you do that? Fair enough. I should have rolled. Probably should have rolled. Or just not. Yeah, I wouldn't have gone triple United attack. So wildcard this week, a lot of people are on a chip, like they're playing wildcard or they're playing free hit or they're playing triple captaincy. You've got bench boost and wildcard. I think can you wildcard this week and bench boost next week? No, don't bench boost. Game week 14 bench boost might be a bit too risky. Game week 15 though might be a decent bench boost week potentially. But if you're looking to wildcard, I think this week is not too bad if you wanted to wildcard. Like you can free up some of these changes. It's up to you basically on that because if I was to wildcard, I'll remove Van der Ven, I'd remove Casemiro. I'll probably get another second striker option, probably Thiago potentially. I most likely will remove Salah as well, personally. But yeah, how can I get you to look at my team? You can tell me where you are in the mini league, and I can bring your team up, or you can send me a message, like how these guys are sending it as well. But these guys are already in the mini league as well. So if you want me to see your most up to date team and not the score, you can send me a message of it. Oh yeah, and you're on a free hit as well, right, Caleb? You're on a free hit. Caleb, you can send it on X under the tweet. I'm sure you're following me on X, right? So you can send it on X and I'll bring it up. I have used my free hit and triple cap already. Yep. So who will you take out on wildcard in my team? I'll make transfer day before on deadline day. In your team, if I was to wildcard, I would get rid of Casemiro, Van der Ven, probably Joe Roden as well. Diouf would go, Krupe Jr. would go, Salah would go, Enzo could be kept, could be sold as well. You don't necessarily have to keep him. On a wildcard, you probably can get rid potentially because the fixtures are now a bit more harder. So there are a lot of players that can be sold and can be gotten. You could get in like Crystal Palace defense. You could, yeah, so like you could go double Palace defense. That's one option. You could target obviously City players now. At least get one City defender. Who else you can get? Newcastle is not too bad as well. They're top of the ticker as well right now. Potentially getting a one Newcastle like defender if needed, or midfielder even like a Bruno Jimenez potentially. That's just not too bad. There are a few options that are available that you can have a look at. Have a look at last week's wildcard video I did as well. The team shouldn't be too much different from last week to this week. It shouldn't be too different. There's also Brighton. You could go Minte, Danny Welbeck, stuff like that as well. Shepard is also thinking of wildcard. Fair enough. When are you planning on a wildcard, Shepard? I sent you Mrs. Team points for Game Week 12. She got 61. 61? Wow, that's insane. Wanikwan says Pickford, Cash, Munoz, O'Reilly, Enzo, Rice, Morgan, Gibbs White, Rogers, Doku, Haaland, Thiago, benches, Rufus, Mukiele, Vanderberg, Wilson. My free hit team. Which should I change or keep the 11? Free hit team. Pickford, Matty Cash. Hold on. Pickford versus Newcastle. Ooh. Could work out potentially. Although I might go Martinez in goal over Pickford at the moment because Martinez against Wolves, slightly better chance potentially of Martinez keeping a clean sheet. But I don't mind Pickford as well. But yeah, probably Martinez over Pickford. Cash, yes, but you already gone Cash as well. So okay. Munoz, yes. O'Reilly, yes. Enzo this week. Do you need Enzo this week against Arsenal? I probably wouldn't have Enzo against Arsenal. Declan Rice, I don't mind. Morgan Gibbs White against Brighton. Morgan Gibbs White against Brighton. Compared to who else could you get in that midfield? You could punt on a Phil Foden or a Doku, or you already have Doku. Never mind. So we have Rogers, Doku, Haaland, Thiago. Those are all fine. Morgan Gibbs White. Here's another option for punting. One. You could also look at Kevin Schade or Dango Otara. Although Dango doesn't get enough minutes for Brentford, does he? Like he doesn't feel like he plays a 90-minute player. So Schade plays 90. Like Kevin Schade against Burnley this week is not a bad choice. Dango doesn't play 90. That's the only problem with Dango right now. Otherwise, he would be a very nice pick as well for a free hit. The other options for anyone looking for defensive options, Coyote is not too bad. I would also add Nathan Collins from a potential slightly set piece threat. Potentially, you could get something like the one against West Ham here. What did you get here in West Ham one? It was just bonus points. I got Defcon as well. So there are a few like Brentford options that you can get on a free hit as well, which I would look at, to be honest, because you only have Thiago. I don't mind a defender or a midfielder as well if needed. This one was from Tiger's team. And Tiger says, what do you think of my team? So Tiger had Petrovic, Richards, Van Dijk, Van de Ven, Shaw, Bruno, Weaver, Endai, Eze, Mateta, Haaland, Semeni on the bench, Joe Pedro, Chalaba, and Dubravka. Tiger, don't you have a wildcard as well? But I think, what are the chips you have, Tiger? What chips do you have left? Looking at this team for this week. How many free transfers do you have? And what chips do you have? Sam, welcome. Frank's shit down me. I prefer not to comment. Okay. Don't worry, you're in the same boat as me as well for this week. I just joined a league. What transfers do you suggest? My name is Andrew Sucks. Why is it Andrew Sucks? Alright, I'll load your team as well. Why is it not loading? One free transfer, wildcard. Here we go. Wildcard and free hit chip left. Okay. One free transfer, wildcard, and free hit chip left. I probably. Okay, so either a Luke Shaw out or even a Ilaman Endai out is not too bad. Oh, actually, you could even do Joe Pedro to, instead of benching Joe Pedro, you could also do Joe Pedro to Thiago from Brentford and start Thiago from Brentford against Burnley. That's another potential transfer you can have a look at this week, Tiger. So you start Thiago from Burnley and you could potentially bench one of Shaw or Ilaman Endai this week. Maybe Shaw. That's another specific move you can try and do for this week. Or you could play a free hit as well if you wanted to. I haven't taken a hit so far this season, says Omar. Damn. Fair play, fair play. So that's Tiger's team. This one, I'm looking at getting rid of Shaw. Yeah, so you can get rid of Shaw. You could go double Palace defense if you wanted to. The other options are like you could go City defender, Nico O'Reilly, or even Ruben Diaz is not too bad, to be honest. Guys, like and subscribe. Yes, please do like and subscribe. Try and help us get to 2 to 50. We're still stuck on 2 to 40. If anyone can try and help us get to like 2 to 50, that would be amazing. You can get rid of Shaw. So Newcastle defense is one. I guess City defense is another option to kind of look at as well. Double Palace is not too bad as well, but my rank is bad. The problem is carrying too many bad players. That needs to change. This one is from. Actually, this was Freddy, but Freddy said he's going on a free hit, which was this. So Freddy is doing the free hit. So I'll look at Freddy's free hit team. So this is a free hit team. Kelleher, Munoz, O'Reilly, Van Dijk, Salah, Schade, Rogers, Saboslai, Doku, Haaland, and Thiago. On the bench, you've got Dubravka, Mukiele, Esteve, and Mark. Bench doesn't really matter, but this is basically the first 11. Actually, on a free hit, I actually don't mind this. One Ikwan. If you're looking for like free hit drafts, this is also not too bad. Very similar to what you had as well. You had Doku. Here, this is as Doku. This is as Rogers. Sabosla is the only one that I go. Could probably go even Gakpo if needed. Or could you get someone else instead of Sabosla? Off the top of my head, I can't think of someone for this week. If I was to go pick team. Midfield, Shard is there, Rogers is there. No, I think it's fine. Yeah, honestly, looking at the, I wouldn't pick someone else at the moment. Should I keep Watkins? In your team, is Shepard's team next? Yes, Shepard's team is next. How do you still have Watkins, Shepard? How how I'm thinking the wildcard. When are you planning on wildcard in Shepard? This team does need a wildcard. I'll be honest. This team needs a wildcard big time. Like Watkins has got to go. Joe Pedro can go. Charlotte can go. Konsa, I don't mind keeping. Gravenberg can go. Kudus can go. Fair play to Ariola that you managed to have him. But even him and Josesa probably have got to go. I'd probably wildcard this team. Shepard. I would probably wildcard this team. Or do you have a plan on when you're planning on wildcarding? Caleb says, what transfers do you suggest from game week 14 onwards? I do have two at the moment playing my free hit this game week. So when triple captain. All right, let's have a look. Hold on. I forgot to save my team last week, says Jamie. So did you end up with a green arrow, Jamie, or did you end up with a red arrow? What happened? To be fair, I thought Tottenham versus United might, and it's very close, might be worse. I do think Spurs were pretty bad because they got carved open. But I think United were even worse because they were against 10 men for like 70 something minutes. No, 10 men for like what? 77 minutes of the game. They were against 10 men and they couldn't score a goal. I think that is even worse, to be honest. So I think United actually beat Spurs for being the shittiest this week. And this is talking about Spurs. This is Sam's team. Now I have everyone else's teams open as well, so I'm not. We can go back to y'all's teams as well. So I'm just looking at Sam's team as well. Munoz saving the game week somewhat. Van Dijk, Senesi, Mukiele, Rea, Mbeumo, Sarr, Kudus, Haaland, Waltemada, Mateta. Caicedo didn't appear this week, and neither did Semenyo. Tarkowski, sadly, 8-pointer there. So, Sam, what are the plans for your team? And then obviously we had Caleb as well, who is free hitting this week and wants to know when 59 points. What a return. When to play the triple captaincy. So triple captaincy, Caleb, if you're not playing it this week, the next potential week is probably game week 17 against West Ham. Game week 17 against West Ham is probably the next possible week for a triple captaincy. I mean, game week 15 against Sunderland is also not too bad, but Sunderland will be a bit more of a harder team to get like multiple returns against, which is why game week 17 against West Ham is not too bad. Nishal says, I have sent my team on Instagram. All right, I will bring it up as well. Yes, I got your team, Nishal. And I have the Tigers Mrs. team as well. She got 61 points. This is Tigers Mrs. team. 61 points, man. Insane. Minte and Enzo. World and Morgan Rogers. Wow. Oh, look at that midfield. This is the kind of midfields I want. And then Nishal's team as well. Nishal is saving the free hit, but he's playing the triple captain. He's activated the triple captain as well. Tiger, what's the missus planning on doing this week? And then this is Nishal's team for this week. 1 free transfer, 1.3 in the bank, saving the free hit. I might potentially start Timber. Would I start Timber against Chelsea? Nah, can potentially bench. You have rare anyways. One free transfer. I think, okay, thinking about it, Endai has probably got to go and potentially Sa later, but Sa not now. Endai probably has got to go, right? Would you do Endai this week? You could probably do Endai this week if you wanted to. Minte is interesting. Minte is definitely interesting. I definitely agree. This one is Nishal. Nishal, you could probably look at removing Endai as well. Up to you on that if you wanted to. And who would you go for is the question. And then we're going back to Sam's team. Oh, this is Caleb's team. Sam's team. Sam is saying we haven't won at Arsenal in ages as well. Yep. What do I do? I have triple captain and free hit. You can play the triple captaincy this week on Haaland. You don't necessarily have to play a free hit this week. You could. If Semenyo is out, then you could probably look at removing Semenyo. You could also look at, I mean, Tarkowski, obviously, I don't know what you want to do with Tarkowski. You could probably move Tarkowski to O'Reilly, but you already have like 3, potentially 4 defenders for this week. So you don't have to necessarily jump on O'Reilly just yet, but it is an option. You could also go, I mean, Minte is definitely an interesting option as well, Sam, for your team as well. Like either whether it's for Kudus or whether it's for Caicedo. Minte is not a bad shot as well. My question is, what do I do? Move? I'm likely saying Kudus. Yeah, probably Kudus for Minte if you wanted to go. Otherwise, like Kevin Chada is just a free hit option, not really a long-term plan option. Morgan Rogers, actually, I don't mind Morgan Rogers. For those of you who want to go for Morgan Rogers, where is Aston Villa's fixtures? Wolves, Brighton, Arsenal is a bit hard. But then West Ham, Man United, that's not too bad. And then it gets a bit more harder. I don't mind Morgan Rogers overall as a pick. So you have like Newcastle as well. Although trying to pick a Newcastle attacking option is a bit more harder. I mean, Cody Gakpo, if Wirtz is out for longer, Cody Gakpo is not too bad as well as a punt for a midfielder. I probably wouldn't go Morgan Gibbs White just yet. Jamie got green arrow. Nice. Well played, Jamie. Well played. He's not sure yet, says Tiger for Mrs. Team. Fair enough. Tottenham lost, but the game will obviously be remembered for Richie chipping Raya. That's not the first time a Spurs player has chipped Raya. Didn't Pape Madasa also chip Raya from distance, if I'm not mistaken? Would you do Endai to Minte this week for free or not? For Nishal. Endai to Minte for free. I probably might. Are there any other midfielders that you would probably want? Let's have a look at some midfielders that are popping up on the data tables. What did I do? No. Hold on, loading this. Let's see. My question is this Minte or Rogers? Oh, I think Rogers has the slightly better fixtures, right? If I'm not mistaken. Rogers. So you have Minte. Where's Minte? Brighton. Forest, Aston Villa. I don't know why this like. Okay, so they have Forest, Aston Villa, West Ham, Liverpool, Sunderland, Arsenal, West Ham, Burnley, City, Bournemouth for Brighton. For Aston Villa, the Aston Villa play Arsenal twice. Probably bench Rodgers in that one. The rest of the fixtures I don't mind. Who has the better fixtures? I probably say Minte has a slightly better fixtures, right? Liverpool and Arsenal being the only tough ones away from home. City as well. Ooh, Minte or Rodgers? Rodgers will get 90 minutes. And in the Christmas period, Rogers might be slightly better because Morgan Rogers is unlikely to get rotated as much compared to Minte, who get rotated way more. Where is the midfielders? Why don't I have it? Did I not add anyone on this? Midfielders to watch. This was the table. Sorry. Liverpool have dropped a lot of after the departure of Luis Diaz and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yes, they have. I just read Mason Greenwood is valued at 70 million. The game so far gone. Who's gonna buy him at that price though? He can't be bought from England. Like not a single English club will be willing to pay. No, not a single English club will be willing to buy for the risk of the PR disaster that will follow after. So it's not in England, right? It'll have to be potentially have to be somewhere in from Barcelona or Real Madrid, and Barcelona are skint as skint can be. So Real Madrid don't really need him. So who's gonna buy him though? Do Italian clubs have the money? I don't think so. PSG maybe. PSG is not too bad. They could probably do it. Rogers is in form. Yes, he is. Why is this not loading anything? What happened? Are you telling me there is no midfielders with 2.0 chances created and 2 starts? I feel like the data is. What has happened? Atletico Madrid was linked. Oh, they're another team that will have the money. Eze is overrated, to be honest. Odegaard is better. Is he though? I wouldn't say he's overrated. I don't think he's overrated. Scott's side is crashed. Worth every bit of 70 million. What are you even talking about? And I'm a United player who was glad to see him go after. No, I agree. He's like 70 million. Like he was a £100 million asset. To be honest, Greenwood was a Ballon d'Or level talent. That I don't disagree. I don't disagree about his talent. I'm just wondering who's gonna pay the money. Like he's probably £100 million player or worth more than £100 million player. But after his stunt, obviously his value dropped. I'm just wondering who has the cash. Not many clubs have that level of money, right? There are only few clubs in the world that will be willing to spend that much of money. That's the thing. Now, why is this table not appearing? Not you, Sam. Eze starting. Yeah, choose Eze or Odegaard. Eze or Odegaard. Two different players though. Two different players at all. Completely two different types of players. But Odegaard has been poor for the last season. He's been poor, to be honest. Eze has been really good for the last season. Although I would say Eze also has Eze has this he's not consistent. The form hasn't been consistent with him for a long time. So I would agree with that. I don't know why this table is not working. Is my table just not working at all? Like, is this table working? Okay, guys, it seems like Scout's tables are not working. Let me see if any public stats. Odegaard hot take gone in the summer. Oh, that's a bit. That's a hot take indeed. Defensive contributions. Defcon midfielders. I don't really care for Defcon midfielders. Expected goal involvements. Does this have it? Forwards. Attacking midfielders. No. Are these tables working? Okay. Looks like Scout's tables have gone. They're not working at all. I'll probably have to raise it up with whoever is in Scout. Looks like the tables are not working, sadly. Don't know what happened, to be honest. This was working, so I don't understand why the player stats are not working. 232, should I wildcard or free hit? I'll bring your team up as well. All right, now, anyone else who I have everyone's team still open. Do you guys have any other further questions on your teams? Jamie 232. Sells, Trafford, Virgil, Wambasaka, Kukurea, Reinders, Baleba, Saka, Ezeb, Joe Pedro, Haaland, Dubravka, Gabriel, Semenyo, and Mark Yu. What's the plan, Jamie? Should I wildcard or free hit? Wow, is it a 20 pointer? Wildcard or free hit? I mean, okay, let's think about it. If you were to, how many free transfers do you have, Jamie? How many free transfers do you have? Might not even be a hot take. What game week for wildcard and free hit, says Tiger? This game week for wildcard and free hit, Tiger. Like a lot of people are playing their wildcard or free hit this week. Shepard says thanks a lot for your feedback. No worries, no worries. A lot of people are playing the wildcard or free hit this week. The other option for free hit is, I think it was game week 16 people were saying, but there was also like, I think game week 17 was another triple captaincy. I haven't looked at another. Game week 15 was a week that we looked at and thought game week 15 would be a good free hit week. I might still potentially think about game week 15 as a free hit week. The only thing that might potentially stop me is that's the last week before we get 5 free transfers. So I'm wondering whether I should just, potentially just use my free transfer on making a permanent move rather than playing the free hit. I don't know. We'll see. When I get to game week 15, I'll think about it. Did you read my earlier messages? It's a starting. Odegaard has struggled a lot. Game on Sunday will be remembered for a hat-trick against Tottenham. So swap Joe Pedro and Thiago. Yes, swap Joe Pedro for Thiago, Tiger. Swap Joe Pedro for Thiago. I would do that. Yes. Yep, I would do Joe Pedro to Thiago. But wait, don't do it just yet. Wait for all the European fixtures to go. Cool, welcome. Sometimes the best thing to do is nothing. I bought in Buendia and Embuemo for Grealish. And oh, well, cool. At least Fulham won. So there's some positive from this weekend. At least Fulham won, so that's a positive. What game week wildcard? I'd probably wildcard this week. If you're not wildcarding this week, I think your next wildcard window should probably look into. Okay, here's the thing: if you don't wildcard this week, let me print it because the problem. Let's discuss this in a bit more detail of when people can wildcard. I know a lot of you still have your wildcard chips. Let's bring our good friend Pete's fixture ticker. Now, everyone can see this. Yes, you guys can, but unfortunately, for some reason, how do I make this like? Oh, that's even worse. All right, you guys can all see this, right? So you guys can see up till like game week 18. 18, 19, 20. All right, here we go. Now, we are currently at game week 13. Obviously, there's European fixtures going on. Shaw for Chalaba. Wait, I'll get back to you. Hold on. So, a lot of people are playing free hit, wildcard, triple captaincy this week. Triple captaincy for the City fixture against Leeds. Free hit because of City playing Leeds, Liverpool playing West Ham, Brentford playing Burnley, Aston Villa playing Wolves. So it kind of like all lines up because of that. A lot of people are playing free hit this week as well. Wildcard again, like I said, because there are some fixtures and teams to target, like Aston Villa's, or actually in terms of a wildcard, it's more like you can get on some Brentford assets, potentially like some City players, Liverpool as well. If you haven't gotten, you can go and get one potentially. People might also now look at some Newcastle players on a wildcard if they haven't already. They'll be looking to potentially offload some of their Chelsea players and all. So they'll offload some of their Spurs players as well. So 1 week is this. You wouldn't play a wildcard in game week 14 purely down to the fact that game week 14 expect rotation in a midweek fixture. Plus, you won't have enough time from the end of game week 13 to game week 14, right? So like game week 13 ends here for me game week 13 ends on the Sunday. Game week 14 begins on, this is Tuesday. So basically you only have Monday and then Tuesday the game week begins again. So you don't have enough time to prepare for a wildcard, which is why game week 14 is a no-go for a wildcard window. Where did my ticker go? Yes. Then there is game week 15. That also, game week 15 is actually, you could probably play it in game week 15. That's not too bad. The only thing, okay, one of the reasons you might not play your wildcard in game week 15 is if you have more than one free transfer going into game week 15. Like if you have 2-3 free transfers, you'd want to use your free transfers instead of playing your wildcard, because those transfers won't be able to be rolled over into game week 16. That is one of the reasons why people would not play their wildcard in game week 15. If you have one free transfer going into game week 15 and your team's in a mess, then I actually don't mind playing your wildcard in that specific week, because playing the wildcard is basically playing a transfer as well. So in those situations, I don't mind you playing your wildcard if you were going with one free transfer into 15. Otherwise, I wouldn't play a wildcard. Your next option is you game week 16. If you were to play a wildcard, you will basically carry over some of the transfers, but you'll be getting like 5 free transfers in game week 16. You could use that as a mini wildcard, or you could just carry the transfers over. So you could probably play, I think game week 17 or 18 is probably when people will look for another wildcard. So like you're looking at either 15 if you have one free transfer, or 17 or 18 potentially. Which is why a lot of people are looking at now as a wildcard window. Now, hopefully, I have not missed anything. Can someone let me know in the chat if there's any other wildcard windows that you guys could potentially think of? Villa, Spurs, City, Bournemouth are the teams I'm thinking of playing for this weekend. There you go. Just had to laugh and move on. Yep. Joseph as well. Welcome. I'm looking at using my transfers up until game week 15. Yep. So then you probably will potentially look at a game week 17 or a game week 18 wildcard. It's a bit late, but that's probably your next option. When's the deadline for the wildcard? The wildcard has to be used by the end of the year. So end of the year, you'd have until game week 18. After game week 18, could you use it on game week 19? Can you use it just before game week 19? Let me have a look and confirm. I think before game week 19, you should be able to play it as well. Chips. When can I play a wildcard? Yes. Until the 31st of December. Yes. So you can play a wildcard before game week 19. So you need to play a wildcard before game week 19's deadline. Before game week 19 deadline is when you need to play a wildcard. And this is for others who are also thinking of wildcard windows. There are not that many left. Okay. I think, okay, this was Jamie's team as well. So before game week 19 for wildcard, yes, that is correct. Before game week 19 for wildcard. Villa, Spurs, City, Bournemouth are the teams I'm thinking of playing this weekend. 3 free transfers and 0.2 in the bank for Jamie. 3 free transfers and point 2 in the bank. So assuming Semenyo, Trafford and all are okay, I'm guessing you could probably start looking at removing your Chelsea options potentially, like removing Joe Pedro as one potential move. You could remove Reinders to Morgan Rogers as well if needed. So like Reinders to Rogers, JP to Thiago if needed. Is a play, or use my free transfers. Yeah, are you looking to free hit or use the free transfers? Which one, Jamie? Free hit or free transfers? Like your team needs to be fixed anyways. Like Baleba and Reinders. So Baleba, Reinders, Joe Pedro are 3 players that have kind of got to go. I was on a hefty red arrow until KDH bailed me out last night. A small red. Wow. Well played. I know we drifted a little, so you think I should wildcard? I probably would look to do it. I'd remove Wan-Bissaka, Kokorea, Reinders, Baleba, Joe Pedro, Gabriel, Matt Sells. Would I remove Matt Sells? I don't know what to do with Matt Sells. Maybe you might remove him, maybe not. You could probably go and get like Pope as well over Bruggen. Or could keep Sells as well. Pictures are not that bad overall. What do you want to do this week though, Jamie? That's the question. Did you have your triple captaincy left? Oh, you have triple captaincy as well, Jamie. So the question is, you need to decide when you want to play triple captaincy, when you want to play your wildcard or free hit. I might take out Saka and leave Eze. Could do that as well. So you need to decide on where you have all your chips left. So you kind of have to bench boost. You play it in a week when the team looks good, so that you can keep the bench boost for just play in a week whenever the team looks good. So you need to decide on when to play triple captaincy. Triple captaincy, there are 2 windows at the moment as things stand. One is obviously Leeds, Haaland against Leeds, or Haaland against West Ham. Unless there is another fixture that turns up. I don't know. Will there be another fixture that turns up? Some from another team. Can we trust the Saka against the Wolves in game week 16? Can we trust Saka against Wolves? Or would we even go Eze against Wolves in game week 16? For a triple captaincy. Can we trust them for triple captaincy? So that's another option to consider. Any other captaincies that you guys can trust on triple captaincy? Like anyone else that you trust on a triple captaincy? So free hit is another one. Free hit also you could potentially play when you don't think the team looks great if needed. A wildcard you need to decide when you want to play it. I don't mind Cells as a second choice. Fair enough. I'd rather Eze to be honest. Yeah. Yeah. I don't mind that. I should have held my bench boost last week. Why? Didn't you play your bench boost and get like Eze points on your bench? Have I missed anyone's teams? I think I've read everyone's teams, right? Sam, I've got your team open as well. Like I've got everyone's teams open. If I did miss anyone's teams. Haaland for Leeds, maybe bag a hat trick against his dad's old club. Potentially, there are a few things. Okay, there's still a few. What do we put it? We put a few stories to be written. So one, obviously, Haaland, dad's old club. He's also playing. He also needs to get his 100th goal for City. So there's that 100 goal mark as well that he should be getting, probably against City this week. So there's like those weird stuff like that, like various stories and narratives that can be written this week. But I was looking at playing as a yeah, it's okay. Well, you played it now, so you got it out of the way. So it's fine. It's fine. You got it out of the way now. So yeah. Um, any further questions, thoughts, people? Oh, back to my question. Keeper. Pope, Nick Pope, probably. I'm thinking Nick Pope, to be honest. Looking at the season ticker, I'm probably thinking Nick Pope for goalkeeper. I might actually go there for a goalkeeper choice this week. I think Villa, Bournemouth, Brentford, and City are the teams to go. Yes, if I look into target, yeah, I'll probably look at that. So I would also say, if it's a free hit, yes, I would say generally on a wild card as well. I don't mind Brighton, like Forest, Aston Villa, West Ham in the next three, and then obviously Liverpool tough, but then Sunderland after, and again West Ham and Burnley. Apart from the Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man City games, Brighton's attacking fixtures are not too bad as well. For those of you who are looking to wild card, I would add that as well. Captain Eze, how many points would I have got? Probably never would have Captain Eze. So don't point. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. If you're Captain Eze, you would have got 40 points from him alone, but you probably never would have captained it. So don't worry about it too much. You would have got double the return. To be honest, Haaland should have had at least one goal, guys. We were a bit unlucky. For anyone who captained Haaland, you were a bit unlucky this week to not get anything from him. You should have had at least one, to be honest. All right. So I think that's all in terms of people's teams. I thought the same, but I was never going to captain Eze. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, so I think that's it for people's teams today. Anyone else has teams that they need? Oh, by the way, before we end, people, please do smash that like button and subscribe as well. If you are new, do subscribe. All the rest of you, please hit that like button. There are only 3 likes on the video. The more likes you can give, the better in terms of the video algorithm. Oh, Jamie's comment. I just saw your comment. I think I need to use a free hit, says Jamie. I nearly backed Mateta against United. But if he gets subbed off like before 60 minutes, that would be annoying. So I wouldn't. If he gets subbed off before 60, that will be very annoying. That's one of the reasons why I probably wouldn't have it. So Tiger is also free hit. Are you looking at free hit play? If you're looking at free hit, yeah, I will record a video and make one. I think I'll look to record a video potentially tomorrow after like the first set of Champions League games. Who's playing Champions League this week? Let's see what are the days we have. So we have any English teams. Newcastle are playing, Chelsea are playing, City are playing. So those are the 3 important teams, right, that we need to know information on. Like at least from City's point of view in terms of whether Nico Riley plays or not. And then the next day, obviously, it's Liverpool, Arsenal, and Spurs. You're not getting Spurs players. Arsenal, you probably already have. Liverpool, you guys probably have or are not getting or are looking for Gakpo only potentially. Or words as well, depending on news on that. So I'll record a wildcard video. I'll probably look to record a wildcard video. Wildcard and free hit. I'll do it as a combination like last week. Tomorrow. We'll also have the podcast out tomorrow as well. So podcast will be at 9 p.m. Sydney time, which will be 9 p.m. Sydney time would be 6 p.m. in Singapore, Malaysia, 3:30 p.m. for those of you in South Asia, India, Sri Lanka, and 10 o'clock in the UK, and 6 o'clock in the morning for those of you in the States. How was your Spanish meal? Spanish meal was actually pretty good. Thank you for asking. You're doing a deadline live stream? Yes, I will be doing a deadline live stream. I just have a feeling after 5 unbeaten, things are going to turn a little. Who's 5 unbeaten? You mean for Palace? Are Palace 5 unbeaten? No, they're not. Who's 5 unbeaten? 6 p.m. Perth? Yes, 6 p.m. Perth as well. Oh, you mean Man United 5 unbeaten? Yeah, it's not looking good, right? Paella? Yes, we had paella as well. Someone else made paella. It was pretty good, honestly. It was a really nice paella. There was paella, there was chorizo. Well, I made the meatball chorizo stuff. What else was there? There was a flan for dessert, which was really tasty. So there were a few different Spanish options. United, yeah, like even the Crystal Palace game, I don't expect them to win it personally. And then like West Ham, Wolves, they should win it. This is West Ham and Nuno. You never know what's gonna happen. Wolves, I don't know, man. I feel like the teams that will sit and defend deeper, United are going to struggle, especially with no Sesko. Xerxes is not great at all. Like he's not a good striker at all. I think United are going to struggle. Bournemouth also, yeah, it's not looking good. Aston Villa as well, who have picked up form recently. Not looking great for United, to be honest. Palace goalkeeper could be a play. I am already tripled up on Palace, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have thought of Henderson as a goalkeeper choice. But because I'm tripled up on Palace, I can't go there. Becky, Fluorite, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? So I am thinking I'm thinking Pope. Nick Pope for goalie. That's where I'm currently. So we'll see tomorrow, Champions League. See how Newcastle are, and then decide on my goalkeeper choices. But yeah, Becky, how are things going? I think Becky is looking at a wild card, if I'm not mistaken, a wild card draft. And this was Becky's initial wild card draft. We'll look at Becky's team before ending. Which had Chalaba, Lacroix, Munoz, Senesi, Roden, Henderson, Verbruggen, 2 playing goalkeepers. She's gone for triple Palace defense actually. Trossard, Mbuemo, Ndai, Enzo, Rogers. Can't blame the triple Palace defense. I think Nick was mentioning something about triple Palace defense at the start as well. He might be potentially thinking of something like this as well. Ndai is the one that I would probably get rid, not have Ndai. The rest of the midfield I don't mind. Trossard is very interesting. I was wondering whether you go for Declan Rice over Trossard. The front three is amazing. It's probably the best front three available right now. On form, these three are probably the best. Petrovic or Dubravka in goal. But this week, probably Petrovic. Probably Petrovic. It will be very funny if I sell Petrovic and he goes and keeps a clean sheet against Sunderland. Unlikely though, right? Surely. The Sunderland at home, you would expect them to get something. I should be honest, I'm probably starting Senesi over Mukiele as well, potentially. Although that's very close. I don't mind starting Mukiele as well. But yeah, Petrovic in goal. All right. Any final things? Chalaba or Shaw for this week? Oh yes, I was supposed to answer that question. Looking at your team, I would probably start Shaw over Chalaba. Chalaba is not keeping a clean sheet. Well, Luke Shaw is also not going to keep a clean sheet. You know what? Maybe start Chalaba. Start Chalaba over Shaw. Because at least Chalaba's chances of DEFCON might be slightly higher than Shaw's. Latest update would double Arsenal midfield and keep KDH perhaps. So double Arsenal midfield. So what's the double Arsenal midfield like? Damn, the guy leading this game week triple up on the mega halls. Who's the one leading this game? I don't even want to look. I had a bad week. So what's the double Arsenal midfield like? And keep KDH. Everton's fixtures. Newcastle, Bournemouth, Forest, Chelsea, Arsenal. Nah, I probably sell KDH personally. I probably might sell KDH. Fixtures are not that great. Is Newcastle's fixture away from home tomorrow or is it at home? Newcastle, where's the fixtures? This playoff. Oh, it's away from home. Should be interesting. Let's see how their defense handles away from home tomorrow. Who are Qarabag playing? Napoli. Last one, Semenyo or Endai? Semenyo. I'll start Semenyo for now, but we'll wait and see whether we get some press conference news with regards to Semenyo. But don't sell at the moment. Start him for the moment. On the deadline stream, we can decide what to do with him. Okay. Now, one final question. One final before we end. So, content for the week tomorrow podcast. I'll probably also look into finding time to record a wildcard and free hit video as well, either before the podcast or probably after the podcast. And then deadline stream on Saturday. That's the remaining content for the week. I need to look into recording an AFCON video as well of like players going to AFCON very soon. All right. That is it, I think. Tin says, hello, Vincent. What time is the deadline stream? Deadline is what is this? 12:30 deadline? Which means deadline stream will be 2 hours before. So 12:30, 11:30, 10:30. So 10:30 Sydney time. 10:30 Sydney time would be what? It'll be 7:30 p.m. your time in Perth. All right. I think we will end it here for today. Make sure people to smash the like as well, smash the subscribe button as well if you guys are new. If you guys have any further questions, let me know in the comments and I'll definitely reply to them all. But thank you all for joining. Shout out to Tiger. 11 p.m. It's 11 p.m. your time. Oh, deadline. Yes. Deadline will be 11 p.m. your time. I think so. Yeah. Shout out to Tiger. Becky uploaded latest draft. Okay, let's have a look at Becky's team before we leave. This is the latest one. Henderson, Verbruggen, O'Reilly, Munoz, Lacroix, Chalabar, Roden, Eze, Empoemo, Trossard, Rogers, Shaka. What changed? Enzo also is not there. Rogers is there. Okay. Xhaka is there. Who's coming? Interesting. Okay. Welbeck, Haaland, Thiago. Yes. Yeah, I don't mind this as well. Xhaka. How much money in the bank? Becky, how much money in the bank? Defense looks fine. Don't mind it. But overall, I don't mind it. I'm wondering if we'll want a Palace. We probably will want a Palace. I mean, a Newcastle player, but can get that later as well potentially. Don't have to rush to it. Uh, 2.8 million left. Okay, cool. I mean, it looks good. We will wait and see. Let's see whether O'Reilly starts in the Champions League or not. If he doesn't start, that's positive because that means he'll probably start in the league. So we'll wait and see how City do in the Champions League and how the other English teams also do. My comment never showed, says Jamie. Let me have a look. It might have got filtered. Sometimes YouTube filters it. What did you send, Jamie? So I saw the free hit chip one that I allowed. What was the other one that you sent? I sent a wildcard team on Instagram. Yes, I got it. Wait, weren't you playing a free hit chip this week or are you playing a wildcard? So this is Jamie's wildcard. Pope sells Point two in the bank. Mukiele, Trafford, Munoz, Virgil, Richards. Expensive backline, but fair enough. Sa, Semenyo, Mente, Eze, Rogers. Yep. Thiago, Welbeck, and Haaland. I don't mind that as well. Actually, this looks like a pretty solid team. Pretty solid team. Can't fault it. The only thing I would say is eventually you'd want Arsenal player in, but I guess you could probably do Van Dijk to an Arsenal defender maybe the week after. Also, you don't like if Van Dijk doesn't continue to do well, like in game week 15 or game week 15 or even game week 14, maybe game week 15, you could probably look into getting an Arsenal defender back in because I still think Arsenal defense is going to be really good. But overall, I think the team looks pretty solid. We'll keep an eye on Champions League. Yes, indeed. Maybe. Yeah. Can go Timber or Gabriel if he's back. Yeah. True. Timber might not be possible. You're short on cash, right? If you go Timber. Because Van Dyke is what? Timber is what? 6.2 right now? 6.2, 6.3? I think you won't be able to afford Timber. You'll have to like downgrade another player to be able to afford it. Yeah, Timber is 6.3. You'll have to do like a downgrade. So then that's why you like the question is, do you want Cells and Pope as a double up? It's not too bad, but too much money spent on the goalkeeper department there. Unless they rotate, you need to check and see if they rotate well as well, Jamie. So like, if I was to do, have a look and see if their fixtures rotate well. Let's remove all of these teams. So when Forest play City, United, yeah, it's not too bad. Liverpool, Crystal Palace, Spurs, Wolves. That's actually not a bad rotation. When Newcastle play Spurs, Forest play Wolves. That's good. When Newcastle play Chelsea, Forest play Fulham. That's not too bad overall. This is unfortunate. You can't do much about it. It is what it is. Maybe 22 is good. Yeah, the rotation is not. It's not too bad. The rotation actually. Yeah. Rotation is not too bad. Good work. I still have 3 free transfers after. Okay, fair enough. I never had Trossard in my fantasy team, but he's one of my favorite players. He's a really good player. Not gonna lie. Fernandez is the one man who can unlock a tight defense, but he continue to playing deep against 10 men. I don't know why, man. Like the fact that they played 3 defenders, 3 center backs, and 2 fullbacks, right? They played 3 center backs and 2 fullbacks, and continue to play that in the entire first half after Everton was still down to 10 men. That itself was tactically very poor, I would say. I think he should have put another attacker in. I still have huge question marks over Ruben Amorim and his management and in-game management and refusal to switch structure. Like I still have questions on his inability or refusal to switch structure. So yeah, we'll see. I'm still not convinced by him, but we'll see. Play a bench boost with this team in the next few weeks. That's what I'm thinking about picking a strong team. Yeah, fair enough. I don't mind it actually. Looks pretty good. All right, I think we'll end it here. Shout out to Jamie, Joseph, Becky, Tiger, who else? Combe, Shepherd, Sam, Nishal, Omara, Wanikwan, Caleb, Freddie, Nick as well, and anyone else who's been watching in the background as well. Thank you very much. Have a good day, everyone. We'll look to end it here. Tomorrow we'll be live for the podcast as well with Karan and Ion. Both will be back for tomorrow. So definitely make sure to stay tuned for that. Should be a very interesting one because Ion will be discussing the Liverpool part and Karan and myself will be talking about how United were also pretty poor as well. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, have a good one.